Welcome back everyone to Edmonton Vegan Outreach. My name is Adam and we have a very special video for you today. We are going to be doing the Whole Foods Plant-Based Society's screening of the documentary PlantPure Nation. It came out in 2015 and we have a bunch of doctors on staff today. They're going to be answering a bunch of questions about what was in the film. It's from the same makers of the movie Forks Over Knives. So please stay tuned. We're going to be doing some interviews of what people think of the film. Let's have fun. Hi, my name's Adam. Your name is?
Hi, Adam. I'm Christine.
Hi, Christine. So what we're asking people here is what brought you here today?
A friend texted me and let me know about this event, and she's going to be here too. So I'm looking forward to seeing her and seeing the documentary.
Okay, and you're familiar with what the documentary is all about, or kind of have an idea?
An idea.
An idea.
Yeah.
Are you plant-based or vegan? Or you
vegan.
are? Eh?
Yeah.
Okay, and how long have you been vegan for?
Coming up on 2 years.
2 years. Congratulations. Yeah, that's awesome. So what was your motivation for going vegan?
The animals.
The animals, yeah. And was there any other motivation as well? Or was it was just strictly the animals?
Strictly the animals.
Yeah, and obviously this film has to do more about the health aspect, I imagine, eh? And so, are you the only one in your family that's vegan, or do you have other family members? Yeah? What's
Just
that?
me.
Just you, eh? Yeah. Okay, and what are you hoping to take away from this film?
How to be stronger as a vegan in the world, and not to be pushy, but to really make sure that people get the message.
So you can educate people a lot better, eh?
Right.
Okay, and do you do any kind of like outreach or any kind of like, do you attend any events or anything like that, eh?
Not yet. I'm still working up my courage to maybe go to a vigil or
a vigil?
Yeah.
So I just started, my wife and I, we actually just started doing vigils, and we go to the Cube of Truths last year. So they're a great opportunity. If you're looking to just get involved, they're awesome. And they take people that have only been vegan for a couple weeks, right? But it's Edmonton Vegan Activists. If you just look that up on Facebook, great people to get involved with. So we have Leanna here, and she's volunteering to help out with the movie. And what was your motivation originally for being here today?
I feel really passionate about this cause, and I've seen changes in my body and to my health that I was really amazed happened, and I just want to share the message. And I have a meetup group that we meet weekly, and this is just part of my my role as an organizer.
Okay, and where are these meetups? Where do they happen?
They happen at various restaurants throughout the city. So these are restaurants like the ones that you are seeing at this event. So Sweet Pea, Copper Branch, Master Lab. So yeah, we go from one spot to another in the city, and we check them out.
Okay, and if somebody wanted to attend one of those events, how would they get involved?
They would go to meetup.com and search either vegan or plant-based, and the group will come up.
Excellent, okay. And how long have you been vegan for?
3.5 years.
3.5 years, congratulations. Yeah. That's a long time for sure.
Thank you.
And anything else you'd like to say to anybody watching there as far as any recommendations for going vegan? Any encouraging thoughts?
Yeah, definitely. I just want to say that there's lots of support out there, and you're not alone. And even if you don't know where to start, just give it a shot and go out and meet people, and you will find that there are lots of people doing this, and you'll have lots of support.
Excellent. Okay, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me, Leanna. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. And how long have you been vegan for?
I have been for 4 years.
For 4 years?
Whole Foods plant-based for 2 years.
Awesome. Same with us. We've been 4 years.
Wow, yeah.
So what was your original motivation for going vegan?
Original motivation was health reasons. Yeah, I was having some problems after giving birth to one of my children, actually. And I was tired of getting put on so many medications, and I was like, I'm just going to try to switch my diet up and see what happens. And sure enough, switching over to a vegan diet, my levels went up, and they've been great since. So I haven't needed any supplements or.
Wow.
I'm off all my medicines. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
From a Whole Foods plant-based diet specifically, or just from being vegan? Did you notice a difference?
Vegan, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you think people will get out of the movie that we're going to be showing today, PlantPure Nation?
I think they're going to get a lot of really useful information. I think they're really going to see the benefits of a plant-based diet. And health-wise, environmental-wise, and regardless of the reasons, I think everybody's going to benefit in one way or another.
Yeah. And do you have any advice for anybody that may be watching who's not yet vegan or plant-based diet? Just give them that encouragement to give it a go, give it a try, and then make the switch. Do you have any advice at all for them?
Some advice. Yeah, I would say, I'd say try it out. What I personally did was I thought I'm going to try it for a month, and I'm going to see what happens. If nothing happens, my intentions were to go right back to my regular diet. So I'm going to, and of course it worked out wonderfully for me. I noticed the difference within a couple weeks. So I advise just maybe try it for, set a time limit, a month, 6 weeks, whatever, and just give it a shot, dive all in, and see if you start feeling better, and I think you will, and then you'll probably never want to go back.
Excellent. That's great advice. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, thanks again so much for taking the time
thanks,
there,
Adam.
Melissa. My name's Adam, and your name is?
Hala.
Hala?
Hala with an H.
Hala. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So what brought you here today?
Well, I went plant-based about a year ago, and I've just constantly wanted to learn more and more, and like what I can do. And honestly, I personally went for health reasons at first, and the more I learn, the more I want to know. So now I want to know it all. So I can, and also to be in a like-minded community. I think it's such a niche market that there's just so few people to be able to relate to. So to be in a place where everyone's in the same mindset is pretty amazing.
Okay, so being plant-based, are you from the Edmonton area? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah. So have you probably been to some of the Edmonton vegan restaurants and tried
Pretty
them
much all of them.
What's your favorite one if you had to pick one?
Probably Moth, or if you go to Faux Boy, they have an amazing vegan pho.
What's a restaurant called?
Faux Boy, it's Vietnamese.
I've never even actually heard of that one.
Yeah,
so.
they have a great vermicelli bowl that's Vietnamese and it's vegan totally. It's so good.
Okay, we'll have to keep an eye out for that one there. So, and final question: what are you hoping to get from this video?
Information. I want to learn. I want to just keep learning and learning so that I can share it with people in the most effective way and like with the right information. I don't like just spreading things without knowing what I'm talking about.
Plant-based has become like a really hot describer, topic, whatever. A lot of people are hearing about it, they don't quite know what it means. And there's a lot of buzz around the health benefits of eating plant-based, but then you kind of go into the grocery store and you see all this processed food that's plant-based. So I think the whole purpose of what we're doing here is to try to educate people about the health benefits and really what it means to eat whole food plant-based. Yeah, so that's what the documentary is about, and we're hoping that people kind of get the feel of that from it.
And recently, actually, your story was featured on the Forks Over Knives website as well as in their magazine.
Yes.
Can you speak a little bit as to the effect that going whole foods plant-based has had on your quality of life, maybe from before you went whole foods plant-based to where you are today?
Yeah, I had a lot of health problems before I went whole food plant-based. I probably wouldn't have said that. I probably would have said I was pretty healthy, but I had arthritis and I had eczema, I had a lot of allergies, I had asthma since I was a kid. I was on a handful of medication, but I thought it was just kind of all normal, just part of getting older. And then kind of I just challenged myself to go whole food plant-based, and within a month, I was off all my medication.
Within months?
Within a month. 3 weeks actually, really, but by the end of the month I was off all my medication. So that's really what kind of drove me to stay eating this way, and I've been eating this way now for over 5 years.
5 years, wow.
Yeah, that's really what started the society too, is that just to share this information with people.
Yeah, well, it's an important message to get out there, and like you said, I don't think a lot of people really understand what whole foods plant-based is, what vegan is even, because obviously like you can have a very unhealthy vegan diet, and so this is more focusing on getting the right types of foods and feeding your body in a way that can eliminate a lot of disease and that kind of thing in your body.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because I find that a lot of people obviously do struggle with chronic disease and chronic illness in their life. Why do you think some people maybe aren't choosing a lifestyle change instead of maybe just taking medication or something like that?
You know what? I think people aren't making the connection between the lifestyle and the disease. And one of the things that we're doing today is having the Q&A with plant-based doctors, because a lot of doctors don't even really know about the research, because doctors really don't learn about nutrition. And so we're really lucky that we have some plant-based doctors here today who are on board with this, and they're telling their patients about this, and they're seeing that this is more powerful than drugs quite often in reversing disease. And so I think sometimes people just really don't believe that food has that big of an impact on their health.
Yeah, so it's more of an awareness issue,
Yes.
getting the information out there, and I guess that kind of comes back to our first question as to why it's so important to be having this screening, and that's exactly what we're doing today.
Yeah.
So just want to say thank you so much for putting everything together. I know it was a lot of work, and the turnout here has been fabulous, so I'm really excited to see the Q&A and what the doctors have to say about the film and answering all the questions.
You know, they become overjoyed. But what's interesting is the very next question they ask, why haven't I heard this before?
Calorie density is important, so 500 calories of fruits and vegetables will pretty much stretch you out pretty good because there's a lot of fiber in that. There's a lot of other nutrients that are involved in that as well. And it can seem daunting if you're not used to that. So something I recommend to my patients is use available resources. So nutritionfacts.org is a fantastic resource. And Dr. Greger there has several books. One is How Not to Die and one is How Not to Diet, and both have the same premise with it. But he also has a daily dozen list that he puts out, and typically we'll recommend our patients to do the same thing, and it ranges from anywhere to eating beans, fruits, vegetables, flax, nuts and seeds, whole grains. Gives you recommended servings for optimal health. Now most of my patients, when I give them that list, first thing they say is, how can you possibly eat this much food? So it is quite a bit of food, and even if you're making a transition, sometimes it's just about maybe eating more of these and less of that, and you will be easily able to maintain a healthy weight.
So the movie's already been finished now. The doctors had their chance to speak on stage, and we're just here interviewing people that post the movie and finding out what they thought of it. So what do you think of the movie?
I was really amazed by it. I loved it. I thought it was beautiful. It went into the grassroots of how we eat so poorly, and went to one of the I guess worst heart healthy places in America, Kentucky, and I've been there, and I love that they showed us just how things started and how things got so bad and how we can fix it. And so it was just generally such a wonderful, heartwarming, inspiring movie from doctors and practitioners who really care about humanity, and want to see the information get out there.
And why do you think some people might be resistant to trying out a plant-based diet? Because I mean, some people know now that we got these movies out, there's some people that see them and they don't want to try it out. And they forget about it. Why do you think that is?
I think it's just rooted in what we've been trained. One of the people I like to follow just as a thinker, Bruce Lipton. He is an amazing thinker, scientist who is a biologist, and now he's teaching around the world. And he talks about the first 7 years of our life are where we're indoctrinated, and that all the thinking comes from that time. So whatever we've learned in that time is kind of embedded like a program, like it's a program in our brain.
Okay, yeah.
And that we just follow that program. So it's hard for us to shift off of that program unless we kind of start seeing the light.
Gotcha.
And so it's through people like him, and obviously vegans. There's plenty of vegans out there. I lived in California for a few years, and so I definitely saw a lot of activists out there, and that really helped me transition as well. So it's been a really good journey.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for taking the time to talk to me.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.